Well, that went exactly as I expected it, especially dealing with that of DC. As you know, this company has a track record, and trust me when I tell you, they're living up to it. I had the opportunity to check out Joker Folie, Deux, and trust me when I tell you, I believe that I have just watched one of the worst films in my entire life. Worse than that of Fan 4, worse than Fantastic Four, Rise of the Silver Surfer, worse than the Marvels, The Flash, and The Suicide Squad, and Blue Beetle. I'd rather watch everything that I just named than watch that of Joker Folie, Deux once again. This film is absolutely garbage. Whose idea was this? Whoever brought this to the table doesn't need to work in Hollywood ever again. That's right. I know some people are going to say, dude, that is so mean for you to say. But trust me when I tell you, some folks doesn't deserve the job that they have, especially when it comes down to writing and directing. We have examples over decades, right, to pull that from. They have directors who directs films and write them as well and do a poor job. They leave out the heart, they leave out the mentality, and also they leave out the execution. And Joker Folie, Deux is definitely a victim of all three that I just named. Now, before I get started, let me give you guys the synopsis. Struggling with his dual identity, failed comedian Arthur Fleck meets the love of his life, Harley Quinn, while incarcerated in Arkham State Hospital. That is the synopsis. Now, this film takes place 2 years after Joker 2019. Now, Arthur, he's getting ready for trial, right? He's about to get ready to go in front of a judge and a jury, and he bumps into Harley Quinn, who is called Lee in this film. Now, these two, they fall for each other. You find out that Lee is only infatuated with that of the Joker mantle, right? So, at this point, Arthur Fleck is stuck in between a rock and a hard place because he wants to leave the mantle of Joker behind, but everybody is advocating for it, right? So this guy is in a mental state of he doesn't know what he wants to do. Do he wants to do right or do he wants to do wrong? Now, the problem with that is part one definitely established that Joker wanted to be Joker. He wanted to leave Arthur Fleck behind. Why? Because Arthur was a loser. That's why. He was a loser. Joker, on the other hand, was a winner. Right now, part two, he doesn't even want to be the Joker anymore. What kind of development is that for a character? What kind of development is that? Who said, look, we want to take what we built in part one and deconstruct it? Everything that we already established, we're going to just throw it away for a sequel that should not exist. The pacing is off. The character designs are the same as they are in Joker 2019, so no real critique there. The cinematography doesn't feel right. Right? They're trying to give you the same cinematography from part one, but the difference here is you're telling a different story. Part one was a little bit more graphic. Part two, not so much. Well, yeah, but not as much as part one, right? And it worked for that film. I didn't like it, but it did work for that film. But this story that they're telling with Joker Folie, Deux doesn't fit with the same cinematography as part one. See, it's all over the place. This is supposed to be a continuation of part one, but it is just a film of a court trial. And speaking of a court trial, there's no judge ever that will allow Arthur to interrogate, or should I say cross-examine, the victims like that with his makeup on. What? Who thought of that? Who thought of that? The problem with DC is they have forgotten how to tell a story. They have forgotten how to bring quality to the table. These last few outings, right, is a good example of that. Every time you go and you watch a DC film, you think you're going to enjoy it, but you come out and you say to yourself, that was a waste of time and money. These tickets are not cheap. A bucket of popcorn isn't cheap. DC isn't worth it when it comes down to the theaters. I'm sorry. Everything that they're doing at this very moment should come out straight to DVD. They should be taking a lesson from Ketchup Productions playbook with that of Hellboy. Because as of right now, they're not even trying to satisfy you. Nothing about Joker Folie Deux is good. Nothing. There's nothing about the film that I could say, hey man, I had a blast with just that. Like, even the women in the movie, right? None of them even look attractive. Like, everybody just look like trash. Arthur looked like trash. The judge looked like trash. The DA, who's Harvey Dent in this film, he looks like trash, right? Everybody. Everything. And this movie had the audacity to open up with a Looney Tunes style short film. Let's just say that, right? Like for real, the old Looney Tunes style. That's how this film decided to open up. Trying to get you on a nostalgic train. And it drops the ball drastically. If I was to grade Joker Folie Deux, I would give it a 1 out of 10. That's it. And the only reason why I'm giving it a 1 is because you can't give it a 0. That's it. I would never watch this film ever again. I refuse to give this poor story my time. No. And people are trying to tell me that DC is headed into the right direction. No, the hell it's not. How low can you go in regards to that of your returns and your interests? How low can you go? All you're doing is turning people off at this point. You got a whole universe that is set to debut later this year and also be in full effect in July of next year. And all the average moviegoer is going to realize in regards to your product is the DC label. When they see that, oh no, the last DC film I saw, I didn't enjoy it. I wasted my money. I wasted my time. You know what? The people who I convinced to come along with me cuss me out. So why would anyone invest in that of DC when they're putting out product like this time after time after time after time after time? It is getting redundant. At some point, people like me and you are going to be tired. I mean, at this moment, I am a little bit exhausted with that of DC. You know what I'm saying? Like, they were trying to correct their universe and correct this and correct that. And here it is. They have broken it even farther. And we know that. We know that. And you knew I was not going to be getting out of here without giving you guys a box office update. This article comes from Deadline. It is titled Joker Folie Deux gets a D cinema score. D. To be honest with you, I have been doing this for a very long time. And I have never seen a D cinema score, at least in regards to something that I am paying attention to. I have never seen it. A D. A D. D stands for dumb. Straight up. Half star on Post Track, on the way to $47 million. Wait. I thought it was 50. I thought it was 55. Now it's 47. And it gets worse because Charlie is predicting something like a 39 to 42 $1 million opening weekend for Joker Folie Deux. So this thing has fallen off the map. Rotten Tomatoes. The scores continues to go down. 32% amongst all critics. Audience, 31%. 31%. I have not seen a DC audience score that low, I don't think, in forever. 31%. Go back to this damn article here. Oh, and by the way, The title of the Deadline article continues and says, "No one's laughing now." Ha, ah, 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 ah. Nobody is laughing now. This is a serious matter here. It's telling us exactly what is going on. The brand recognition isn't there. Straight up. All right. Saturday AM, this isn't a box office marketplace problem. Meaning, do not blame all of the other films around the Joker. Blame the Joker for how it is performing. Because that's what people like to do. They'll say, man, well, the box office is down. You know, a lot of people not going to the movies around this time of the year. No. They're not just seeing Joker. That's it. All right, wait. Declare one movie marketing vet this weekend over Warner Brothers' bold swing with a foul. Joker Folie, Deux, which has a production cost of $190 million, is coming in way below projections at $47 million. That's coming off a $20 million preview start that is including those $7 million that I already reported to you guys. Then they're predicting a landslide today, and the film will be down 20%. So this is absolutely atrocious, ladies and gentlemen, and hilarious at the same time, because back in 2019, people made fun of the previous DC films about the fact that Joker managed to make $1 billion, right? I told you guys that in my last video. They was like, ha. Goes to show you that the DCU should not exist because things outside of it is successful, way more successful, right? And I feel like those people didn't understand that as long as DC was successful, that all what matters. As fans, we always winning. But they just had to force you into this war that should not exist at this very moment. You know what I'm saying? Like, when it comes to the old DCU, it was making money. And then when it comes to what Walter Amada decided to do, it wasn't. And it's kind of like, we have been telling you guys, look, man, the money was coming in. If you believed averaging $800 million worldwide wasn't good, then you're delusional. And then people will tell you, dude, look, this is DC. This is the pinnacle of comic book movies and comic books in general. It should be making more money. But they have not realized that DC isn't all of that popular worldwide. And let me give you a good example here, right? The Dark Knight was the first comic book movie to gross $1 billion worldwide, right? It grossed right at $1 billion. But the Avengers came out, $1.6 billion. The Dark Knight Rises, right? 1.1, it really and truly wasn't even 1.1. I think it was $1.05 billion, and it took 2 releases to get over that threshold. So even what you would consider DC's best barely made $1 billion. I'm just pointing that out, ladies and gentlemen. So when you have films that is right along the lines of $870 million worldwide, $800 million worldwide, that is legit compared to what DC is able to bring to the table in regards to that of ticket sales. Think about that for a second. It literally took The Dark Knight Rises 2 releases to cross over $1 billion. 2. And that is DC's highest rated comic book movie. Yeah, I think they said The Suicide Squad, but that is a fluke. But the Dark Knight trilogy is the highest rated DC franchise at this very moment. It barely touched $1 billion. So now we're in a situation where $250 million is something that we are begging for. I mean, come on, ladies and gentlemen. There's no way you want people to accept DC being such a failure. If you are a true DC fan, that's what I have to say about it. Because people are losing their minds over this whole which direction DC should be headed into, and they want DC to be successful. I can't fucking tell. Because when DC was successful, you guys ignored it. In fact, you belittled it. For real. You looked at Batman vs. Superman numbers and Suicide Squad numbers and Man of Steel numbers, and you forgot that DC had a drought where they were not making money. Come on. Come on. Now we have to live with this embarrassment every day. Every time there's a conversation on DC and Marvel, the Marvel fans will shut us up instantly. We have no comeback at this very moment. And people were saying that 2023 was going to be the year DC was going to overtake Marvel. And they did not do that while releasing 3 films. Let me see. Flash, Blue Beetle, Shazam, and Aquaman. DC released 4 films last year and Marvel released 2. And Marvel still outdid that of DC worldwide. Worldwide. So when I tell you that the brand of DC is damaged, that the brand of DC is non-existent at this very moment, that the interest in DC just isn't there, trust me when I tell you, I ain't telling you no lie. The facts are there, and they don't care about your feelings, and they will continue to be right in front of your face. All you have to do is accept them. One of these days, you all will come to the determination that DC should have kept ship back in 2016 because we would not be in this situation. They screwed over the fans. They screwed over Henry Cavill. They screwed over that of Gal Gadot, Ben Affleck, Ray Fisher, and so on and so forth. Zack Snyder, everybody. And at this very moment, they're reaping what they sow. What did Joker say on part 1 when he shot the guy in his face? You get what you fucking deserve. I'm your boy O. Hopefully you have watched this video all the way to the end to help you blow out that algorithm. And if you're not subscribed, please be sure to do so. I'm trying to reach that magical number of 10,000 subscribers, so I'll be highly appreciative. You will help me cross over that threshold by hitting that subscribe button. And if you are going to hit that subscribe button, make sure you hit that notification bell because YouTube absolutely sucks at notifying subscribers that content creators has uploaded videos to their platform. And don't forget to hit that like button to help me out that algorithm, baby. But in the comments below, if you have seen Joker, Folie, or Deux, tell me what you guys thought about the film. And also, tell me what you think about that D cinema score, which is something that I have yet to witness in regards to that of a comic book movie or something that I'm paying attention to. And also, tell me what you think about that $47 million potential opening weekend. And I say potential because what Charlie is reporting over on that of Reddit and X, that $47 million may very well be a pipe dream. Always remember, let le bon temps rouler. That means let the good times roll. Oh, and by the way, I appreciate your support. The 4KO is growing on YouTube. I'm getting close to that magical number of 9,000 subscribers, and I hope that I can get there pretty soon, but it would not be possible without your support. Thank you for tuning in to the 4KO.